Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of the eUSL Fantasy League featuring Wilmington Town FC. Last match out, we took a 1-0 defeat to Queen's Park Rangers thanks to a Liam Charter goal in the 11th minute. And here we are as our next match against Cloudsdale FC. We currently sit 4th in the table with a -2 goal differential, sitting on 9 points, but we desperately need to climb back in to this race because my goal is to finish at this point top half. We would have to double our points in our final 3 games to almost get our chance at winning the title. I believe Dead Whales FC and VSI Pally are both mathematically eliminated right now from finishing in first. It's still possible for us, but we would have to win out, and Elizabethtown would also have to lose out. So it's not beyond happening, but it seems a bit unlikely at the moment. Let's get Wallfall back into the lineup and drop Moloto. Actually, yeah, let's keep Moloto in there. It was a rough outing in our last match as Trotter takes the player of the match honors. Let's see, let's actually end up using their suggested squad to have Josh Yarrow into the starting 11 alongside Jermaine Taylor on the back line. That drops Carl Ouimet out of this one, and which is shocking. I think he's played every single match going up to this point. Here we are just on match day number 8. Yeah, I do want to say they are mathematically eliminated, VSI Pally and Dead Whale, since we only have 3 matches remaining. And looking currently at the table, if they aren't able to win out. But here we are, just final home match of the season. We've been a bit inconsistent, but going up against Cloudsdale, a team that we played rather closely last time out. So I'm excited to see how this one ends up. We can definitely kind of climb back into the top half of the table if we take a victory here. I think of all the teams that we do face, this will be the one that would be most likely to end up with a draw. But I'm confident. Let's see how we can do matching up against Cloudsdale. I will probably actually play Herzog, Enzo, and maybe I would sub in Jack Marr for that back line. Let's see their selection. And a Voltsen. And if I get the opportunity, he will be one of my picks for next season. He is almost just too good to not be chosen for these teams. And we're also seeing in chat that we could actually see the title race wrapped up this week if certain results go their way for Elizabethtown. Still just kind of waiting on a way to advance forward, and we'll be able to jump into this match. Yep, if this would actually be big for Elizabethtown, that if I can take a victory from this match against Cloudsdale and Queen's Park Rangers also lose, that if I think Elizabethtown just has to win and Strangers and Cloudsdale both have to lose, and they can wrap up the title this week. I think the big thing is that their goal differential will not be caught at a +12. I just want to finish in the top half of the table or pick up a draw somewhere. Honestly, it's a rather exciting race of what's going to be higher, the team in second place with points or the goal differential of Elizabethtown. Who are we waiting on? Just one more remaining person. It is wild to see our opponents this week with Cloudsdale currently sitting second in the league, but they have a -3 goal differential. Well, so far up the table. Shows that they've had at least a few exciting matches and high-scoring fixtures, but the rest of us have been with a few 2-1, 1-0 results. I honestly would have thought this team would have been a bit more high-scoring thing this season, but I wonder if that's been a concern that I almost have too many star players on the team. So we'll see how this match goes. 6 players, hand over to the assistant. And here we are about to start for kickoff. We'll just await and see how we do with our final home match of the season. Get everything underway, and Cloudsdale is starting the ball off here in the midfield. Very quick opportunity to start, but it's swallowed up by Restrepo. Oh, in the midfield. Oh, wow. We have a red card in one of our other matches just in the 7th minute of play. It has to be an earliest one in the season. But across from us falls to no one in the box. It was cleared up in play. Zyko Lewis, back from his injury from his last match, is bringing the ball forward. Here we are just in the 2nd minute of play, and it's already end-to-end action. And they find the back of the net in the 2nd minute, an early goal from Cloudsdale. That's a really unfortunate start for the boys right there. We'll have to see how things improve, but they already have their first 2 shots have both been on target so far. Let's look at our kind of instructions. Play for set pieces. That'll be a corner for us, but highlight won't come up on the screen. There we get our first shot of the match from Solomon Asante. We get a second shot as well. We're finally starting to pick up a bit in our offensive prowess, but we have also yet to have a shot on target for this fixture. Sebastian Valaquez gets a shot blocked to go 3-2 up. Here we are tossing the ball in on the far side with Sean Francis, up to Cameron Lancaster, back to Francis. Tries to dribble the ball around, wall fall, takes it on the edge of the box, but he's quickly dispossessed off the ball, but Taylor will claim possession on the back line, and Evolson really marking them down hard here. Solon Asante. He collects the ball into space, tries to dribble it in to hit a cross. Delvin Najim works to try to get around the first defender. Taken by Asante, sent into the box. Really wish that would have been let go, just so we can have that fall to a different guy in the box. Dan Kelly with an opportunity, but his shot is blocked. They're really stifling the defense here in the back line. Sebastian Valaquez stands over the ball for a free kick opportunity. Sent in, but that was nearly a goal. Oh, I wish there was a bit of a reaction from our attackers in the box to try and pick up that deflected save. A very good save from Cloudsdale right there. Taylor sends the ball for throw up to David Najim. Cameron Lancaster into the back of the net. We get a goal back. David Najim sends an assist cross into the back of the net for Cameron Lancaster to equalize the fixture here in the 14th minute of play. A well done score right here. Alright, that was just rather fantastic to see play. I'm very pleased with how Lancaster has been playing. Everything has just really turned around for this fixture. And it's been different because Cloudsdale in the second half, as we've seen this season, has not been as strong of an opponent. So to really be stifling them here going forward in the second and this early in the first half has been encouraging. But it's the two goal scorers who are having the standout day right now. Everyone else is kind of holding around that kind of 6 rating average. Ooh, that was a very close opportunity for Cloudsdale as they send it over the bar. That could have been a very dangerous scoreline. Zach Lewis will collect the ball in the midfield over to Miller. Or Dan Kelly will take the ball in the midfield and dribbles it up. He got one person to beat now. Takes the ball into the box, sends it wide. That would have been one heck of a goal if he would have found the back of the net right there to just go from the midfield to nearly scoring. Outshooting them 9-5 in shots, but they're outshooting me 4-3 in shots on target. Fouls are 5-3 on our advantage, unfortunately, but here we are with another throw-in opportunity. Let's see, I think we're trying to make a few tactical changes, but the throw-in will fall behind the highlight. 9-7 in shots. This has been a rather close match so far. I've been pleased with how people are playing. I still will probably look to bring in Enzo Martinez as a sub, but I'll wait for around the 60th minute or so, or consider bringing him in if we concede a goal in the early in the second half. That'll fall to a goal kick. $11 shots in this first half, 12 now. Finally even in shots on target. They have taken the advantage in fouls as well, 6-5. And our possession is a slight 57-43. I've been rather pleased with how this first half has gone. I feel like it's been well played. It's pretty even on both sides, and we'll get a little bit of action here before the halftime whistle. Chris Weehan with the ball in the midfield up to Enevoldson. Deflected over to Valaquez, sends it over to Wallfall. Dan Kelly collects the ball in the midfield. Mark Down sends it over to Wallfall. Taylor will take the ball, sends it up to Francis. Lancaster passed into space on the things here for a cross, and it'll go out for a corner kick. Brilliant opportunity. I'm loving the way we've been able to work the ball around here, but let's see what we can do on this corner. Chanty Moore sends the ball into the box. Dan Kelly quickly swallowed up by the Cloudsdale keeper. can't fault the boys for that effort, but that was certainly a very good chance that we had there on goal. Taylor. Okugo, Wehan. Sends it into the box, and that is pushed wide. It's been a rather long highlight here, and I feel like that'll be enough to finally get us into the break with a equalized scoreline 1-1, halftime. Looking around through the other ones, Hopono, that was with VSI Pally sent off, but no other scores elsewhere. Unless that changes, we should probably still see the title race left open. Let's hope for a very good second half. I wonder if the trend of Cloud still somewhat struggling with how second halves have been for them this season. I wonder if that trend continues on with this match. And they'll get a first substitution as Wilmington Town will get us started here in the second half. Santimora actually gets it into a pretty decent space on the left flank. 15-10 in shots. Yeah, I think it'll end up being Enzo coming in for Velasquez. Throws it in, gets around the first defender. Or tries to take a chance, but we quickly clear it. I was always worried every time there's a tackle in the box that it's going to end up being called for a penalty or we're going to get VAR on it in this game, which, in my opinion, especially in the regular career mode, is a bit broken. But for this, we haven't had any big problems with it, or with how it's been played this season. Into Voldson. Then tries to dribble the ball forward. Chris Wehan sends it wide. He got in behind the defense right there. It'll be a goal kick for us. Yeah, it's going to be end zone for Velasquez. He hasn't had a rather good game at all. Let's wait for kind of a more natural time. I don't want to do it in the middle of a highlight if I can help it. Still opportunities to kind of change how the game is going forward. Let's get ready to make the substitution. Enzo. There it is. Who else? I think Santimora or getting subbed out would probably also make a pretty decent amount of sense as well. Wall fall on the edge of the box here. Over to Dan Kelly, who is still played onside. Over to Asante, who hasn't had a goal yet this season, I believe. He's assisted one. Josh Yarrow will pass it back to Diego Restrepo as we kind of just reset play. Huh. Let's see. Everything's been pretty marked down so far. I think we're making a tactical change. And we're playing it pretty wide. Let's see about... Let's go to just regular wide. Lancaster comes back just to collect the ball from the goal kick over to Francis. Tries to dribble around the first defender and successfully does that. But he'll quickly be marked down as he ran out of steam on that. Gets around him again. Dribbles it into the box. Tries to cross it in. Dane Kelly with a chance. And he finds the back of the net. Dane Kelly with a goal this season. And he is on fire in recent play. The big cross right there. To send Wilmington Town 2-1 up here in play. That was a massive goal right there, and it is huge for our ability to still stay involved in this race for the top half of the table. Yeah, a live look at the table, and we are currently on 12 points to try and race for second place. Yep, still currently in 4th. Yeah, I think that's the max we'll be able to gain. But the way things have been going this season, I believe that we can salvage a top half finish and potentially more if we can quickly have decent results here in our remaining fixtures. We will be definitely disappointed if we walk out of this one without taking a point, so we'll have to stay on the gas here. Over to Josh Yarrow. Should probably get another substitution in here and take out Santi Moar for... Let's see who else can come in for Moar. It's going to be Corey Herzog's day. 2012 in shots. This has probably been our most complete fixture of the season so far. Anna Voltson picks up a yellow card. He's been playing well, but I almost feel like I have to take off David Najim, or I could take off... Yeah, I have to take off David Najim, even if he's getting exhausted. Or Lancaster, I could do him as well. I'm not trying to play as much attacking football, but more so defending this 1-goal advantage. Cloudsdale with an opportunity to take the ball, press forward. Martinez collects it in the midfield. Solomon Asante sends it over to Dane Kelly. That's a hold-up play to keep Cameron Lancaster onside. In space to David Najim, who has another chance to cross the ball into the box. Herzog sends it into the back of the net. 3-1 on the score sheet today. Corey Herzog picks up a goal as the super sub, and we are storming to life here. Excellent score lines that we're seeing all around this league right now, as this will very much move us into 4th place still with a 12-point lead and back to an even goal differential. I've been pleased with how the team has been playing. Everyone today on this match has just been rather exciting. And like I said, this has been our most complete fixture of the game, or of the season so far. To not make any more mistakes, let's switch him with Yarrow. And Najim will come out for Carl Wiemat. We'll make the sub. Yeah, that's all good. This has been a pretty exciting match. I've been pleased with how everything has been going. We'll have another opportunity here kind of late in the match, and that goes in. Zyko, it's actually rather exciting now. 3-2. Zyko Lewis will grab one back for Cloudsdale. Well, as we are not over, folks. This will be a massive final couple minutes of the game to see if we can hold on and salvage the win here, or if our hearts will be broken with a draw. Or potentially worse. I don't want to think about that remote possibility. Everyone has been playing well. We have 3 different goal scorers today for the match, so this has been a rather good performance from everyone. I just want to end up with 3 points. Five minutes of stoppage time, still plenty of time for them to find a goal. Restrepo will send it forward. You always get nervous when you see the highlight load up when you're having a very slim lead late in any Football Manager match. Ooh. 25 yards out, and Restrepo just turns it aside for a corner. Ball into the box, but quickly cleared out of play. Not before they were able to collect the ball. And a Volton Canardo Forbes. Free kick. Oh, thank God. Offsides for an Volton. Let's run out the remainder of play. This has certainly been very much a smash and grab result. And Queens Park Strangers picks up a 1-0 score line over VSI Pally. And that is it. Wilmington Town FC wins 3-2 over Cloudsdale. An excellent performance, and although it made it exciting with a late Zyko Lewis goal, we really bounced back from an early deficit at the second minute with goals from Lancaster in the 14th, Dane Kelly in the 61st, and Corey Herzog in the 81st. What a scoreline and what a match. A very impressive result for that fixture. That'll be enough to move us on up to 12 points, which was a pretty decent target to end up with at least 4 wins on the season. There it is. Dane Kelly picks up his 4th. He actually has the highest average rating of any player in the league right now at a 7.58. Looking forward towards a few of our other fixtures. We'll have bottom of the table VSI Pally for our next match, and then Elizabethtown FC, the current championship leaders, as our final match of the cup, or of the league. Overall, I have to say I am very pleased with how everything has been going. The team has really started to come back together with how this match has been played, but I'm definitely going to try and stick around for the next match, since it seems like we're all finishing up around the same time, especially considering the fact that it sounds like we have a few pretty exciting and strange score lines to see from this past week of eUSL play. Dane Kelly's been an easy player of the season, and I definitely want to try and pick him up for our Season 2, which if you guys want to get involved in our Season 2, just be sure to find us on Twitter and get involved in our own Discord channel, and we should be able to get you set up so we can kind of load in for the next season. We're hoping to get a few more people involved, maybe do a second-tier league. You can start trying some pro rel for it, so we're pretty excited and hope that you guys will be able to join us. Waiting on just one last person going forward. Yep, the AI team is going to move into second place. The computer basically telling it to pick the best available player for its needs is basically performing better than 4 other actual players in the league. He's putting my stat robot name to shame right here. Hoping to get a decent result from this next match against VSI Pally. This was actually our first game that we scored at least 3 goals in. Our last match we had against Pally was a 2-1 result. And there you have it. Elizabethtown takes a defeat, and the title race is still wide open. With 2 matches to go, I am still mathematically able to win the title if I can make up a massive goal differential in that time. But Strangers actually kind of pull into a decent position with a late 1-0 victory on a penalty. Hey, that is tough. You get 2 red cards from Hopino in the 8th minute, and then Corbin Bones sent off in the 90+2, and Clever converts the penalty at the death. But Dead Whales calls upset and picks off an upset. The table is now looking a bit more competitive from 1st to 5th. This will be a pretty big fixture coming up to really kind of stake our claim here in the top half. I definitely want to win this one. And looking ahead, let's see how Strangers and who they're going to be facing this week. They'll be going up against Dead Whales, and I need to keep Dead Whales behind me as well, so at minimum a draw, but I need to take care of business and Dead Whales need to win. And I would like to see this very close match against Cloudsdale and Elizabethtown. If Elizabethtown wins, they basically slam the door shut on the title race, given that Strangers don't win as well, but it remains a kind of wide open match, and the ponies are brushed aside. Enzo Martinez will get the start over Sebastian Valaquez for this fixture. Definitely slight favorites in this result, but here we are headed into matchday number 9. VSI Pally is mathematically confirmed to finish in 6th place and will be without Antonio Hopino and Corbin Bone for this match. Let's try and change our fortunes here. Let's get into the top half of the table. That has been my ultimate goal. Well, and the fact that we at least picked up 4 wins from this match is reassuring for my own abilities and how to play. Here we are on the road. Yeah, I would say that seems like a pretty decent setup of players. Wow, I'll go through the entire season and there will be 5 players who have not seen any of the ball right now, or any playing time. Dan Kelly has certainly boosted his stats up to a 4-star player. His ratings this year has been fantastic, for a 7.55, which is good enough for the best on the team. But another really underrated pick from us has been David Najim on our back line. Santi Moore has been good, and Cameron Lancaster. If I can get any of these 4 players back next season, I feel like I'll be in a pretty decent shape. I definitely want to make Dan Kelly my big priority for the team, since he's a goal-scoring machine. And then we'll see how the other 4 will go. But if I had to rank them right now, I would say Dan Kelly, David Najim, Cameron Lancaster, and then maybe Santi Moore after that. I think I should be able, even if we get additional players, I should be able to try and retain a lot of these same guys here, and I'm at least guaranteed to end up with about, I would say, 3 to 5 of them, which is relatively respectable enough. Let's see what VSI Pally is probably going to be looking like today. I always like the checkerboard patterns. Who are they going to bring in to kind of supplement here? I'm curious if they'll switch it up from a 4-2-3-1 to try and get an additional attacker to make up for not having Hopino or Bone in the midfield. But I think I remembered last time out, Addo Quinn and Tyler Pastor were both very good players against us. I think it was Pastor who eventually got that goal in their last match against us. But King and eUSL are great players on the back line, with, I believe, Oxford probably going to be that weak link in the midfield, and maybe the same for Richie Ryan. Still waiting on just one player, and we should be able to. Here we are. Teams are warming up. We have Matchday number 9 of the eUSL season. Certainly hope you guys have been enjoying this episode and been following along with the series. I've been happy and excited to have brought this over to you guys, and it's just been a lot of fun, especially without any actual football, so to speak, in real life. So this is definitely helping me kind of tide over and get my fix for football. Let's dive into the match. I'm going to say Pally probably gets the first shot of the game. Yep. Possession certainly to their advantage early, and we're already into the 10th minute. It's been a quick fixture, but here we are answering back. Jimmy Oxford picks up a yellow card. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't know what that was about, but I hopefully got the highlight speeds back to normal. The ball still in the midfield here. Del Piccolo. A little bit of a Louisville City lean to this team. Tyler Pasher. Over to Herrera. Restrepo will quickly take the ball, and that definitely would have been a good goal for him. Been a back and forth type of game right now. Let's make it a bit more positive than our play style. Strangers are only playing 9 players in this upcoming match, so the AI is certainly doing AI type of things. Wow, Oxford picks up a goal and BSI Pally take a lead here. Just kind of a lightning quick score right there. Let's drop this back from positive to a balance. I'm not going to sub off Sentimore until at least halftime. He will be a substitute for this, but... Okay, now I seriously don't know why this is going at like a lightning fast speed. Cameron Lancaster dribbles the ball forward, but it goes out. No, it's actually stayed in. There, hopefully that fixed it. Okay, so Strangers actually do have 11 players on the pitch in that other match. But currently no scores outside of Oxford's. Let's do something else in this second half. Oh god. former Liverpool City man Cameron Lancaster gets injured, and I have to bring on Cameron Iwasa. Certainly hoping to try and pick up a goal here to take a draw. Or hopefully try and go a bit forward. No one in space with that pass forward right there. Sends it wide. Yeah, the Cameron Lancaster injury definitely kind of threw things off with my plans for substitutions, but Santi Moore will probably still end up being the next sub off. Sends it up to Tyler Pasher. Let's go very attacking. Go big or go home at this point. Corey Herzog on for Santi Moore. And then, if need be, Sebastian Valaquez can come on for Enzo Martinez. Ah, that was the chance right there off the post. Ilya Illich comes in for Tyler Pasher. Let's make the change. Let's do Sebastian Valaquez on for Enzo Martinez. There it is! Dan Kelly picks up the tying goal right there. It was right off of that opportunity. Yeah, Francis sends it in to Valaquez, up to Iwasa, and Kelly sends it into the back of the net. That was certainly built up right there just due to Valaquez's substitution to come on. He won't get credited with an assist, but that is certainly something that changes the tiding of this match. Dan Kelly with the late show. I think making one last substitution on the other side, and then we'll be able to dive back in. I'm going to drop us back from very attacking to balance. And we did get the goal that we want, so I would honestly take a draw to come out. Seems like they're moving to more of an attacking lineup, although they make their changes to bring in a Jose and Lance Lang. But that's two brand new forwards for them here in the second half. Solomon Asante dribbles the ball forward. Corey Herzog hits it into space, sends it into the box, but cleared out of play. Or out of danger. Valaquez sends it in. Cameron Iwasa with a chance. Saved. That would have been a fantastic time for him to pick up his first goal of the season, but we move into 5 minutes of stoppage time. Richie Ryan picks up the yellow card for VSI Pally. It looks to be angling towards a draw, just to knock on wood. Full time, Wilmington Town picks up a draw, their first of the season, as we move to 13 points on the year. Definite fair play to VSI Pally, who put up a very difficult match, probably our most even game that we've had, at least personally, for Wilmington Town all season, so I was proud of them to salvage a draw from that, and the team seemed to have played well. I'll certainly take a draw. Scoring there just for me confirms that Dan Kelly needs to be on my team this next season. Strangers go up 1-0 as well, which is just baffling that the AI team picking basically the best players at basically whoever's best remaining is still going to be one of the top sides of the season, but maybe that isn't so surprising, and giving their strategy. Yes. Okay.